Hey there, listen and get rich, family. I'm so glad you're here. Because if you've ever felt like you're working incredibly hard, constantly swamped with tasks, juggling a million things, but at the end of the day, you're seeing very few tangible results or barely making a dent in your goals, then this video is absolutely for you. What you're likely facing isn't a lack of effort, but a fundamental problem with your strategy. Stick with me until the very end, and I'm going to break down exactly what strategy is, why it's so critical, and how it can completely transform your life. Many people believe that to achieve more, you simply need to do more tasks, more hours, more frantic activity. But here's the truth. Random, chaotic actions rarely lead to meaningful outcomes. Real success, the kind that lasts, comes from focused, precisely calibrated actions. And without a clear strategy, that targeted action is impossible to achieve. Think of it this way. Any effort you put in that isn't rooted in a strategic foundation is just busyness before failure. It's like running a marathon without a clear course or finish line. So, let's cut through the complexity and demystify what strategy truly means, how it actually works, and most importantly, how you can start applying it in your own life, right now. Many of us think strategy is just a fancy word for a plan, or some super technical term reserved for big corporations or military generals. This often makes us avoid it, thinking it's too complicated for our daily lives. But here's the game-changing perspective. Strategy is simply your planned, most effective line of conduct designed to achieve your long-term goals. It's about concentrating your attention on what matters most over the long haul. Let's break down that definition piece by piece. What's the difference between a line of most effective conduct and a plan? This is where most people get tripped up. A plan is essentially a prioritized list of tasks you need to complete in a specific order, like your daily to-do list or your weekly schedule. But a strategy, that's a guiding principle, a continuous line of behavior. It's not just a checklist of things to do. To make this super clear, think about a sports team. A football team's strategy for the entire season might be to build an impenetrable defense and capitalize on fast-break counterattacks. Their plans would then be the specific drills they run in practice, the plays they call during this Sunday's game, or how they prepare for this specific opponent. The strategy remains consistent throughout the season, shaping every single plan and action they take. Without that overarching defensive strategy, their individual game plans might become disjointed, leading to chaotic, inconsistent performance. That's exactly how our lives can feel without a personal strategy. Or let's say you're a student aiming to build an amazing career over your college years. Your strategy might be to prioritize deep learning over just memorization, build strong relationships with your professors and mentors, and constantly look for real-world opportunities to apply what you're learning. Your daily plans would then be studying for a specific midterm, attending a particular lecture, or working on a term paper. The strategy is your unwavering commitment to long-term academic excellence and growth, and the plans are the immediate steps you take to fulfill that commitment. Here's a crucial point. Strategy always aims for your long-term objectives. It's not about quick fixes or short-term wins, which are often the domain of your daily plans. So how do we actually achieve this? It's all about focusing your attention on what's truly vital and impactful. A lot of people just keep doing more and more, thinking sheer volume will lead to results. But honestly, that often just adds more chaos and wasted energy to your life. You end up just burning through your energy, running around in circles. The actions you take should only be those that directly impact your desired outcome. These are what we call your points of leverage or points of effort. Strategy, then, is fundamentally about concentrating your attention only on those leverage points, those specific actions that will genuinely move you towards your long-term goals, and crucially, in the long term. Strategy doesn't give you instant gratification. It's not a magic bullet that brings immediate results, but what it does deliver is sustainable, profound, long-term success. It is absolutely vital to establish your strategy first, because if you don't, you'll feel like that hamster on a wheel, constantly fighting off daily problems and never getting ahead. But when you operate from a clear strategy, those daily issues often diminish, freeing you up to calmly and thoughtfully focus on your bigger, long-term objectives. Think about a moment in your life. I bet you've had situations where you were doing, taking many actions, completing countless tasks, and then suddenly, bam! From one specific action, you started getting massive results. That particular action had the biggest impact on your final outcome. That, my friends, was a point of leverage. You intuitively hit the exact spot that directly influenced your results. Now imagine if you knew for your long-term goals that there were 1,000 tasks you could do. Trying to do all 1,000 would drain your time and energy. But if you could pick out just a handful of these tasks, those key points of leverage that, when pushed, instantly propel you towards your goal or create a ripple effect. That is strategy. Strategy is, as I've said, a work plan that focuses exclusively on those crucial points of leverage. To dive even deeper into what strategy is and how to build one, let's explore 3 foundational principles that you absolutely need to grasp. Principle 1. Everything is interconnected. Nothing in this world exists in isolation. Everything, in one way or another, is connected. You literally cannot imagine something that stands completely alone. Everything is part of our shared reality. Think about a healthy ecosystem. Every element, from the tiniest microorganism to the largest apex predator, plays a role, and a change in one affects all the others. In the same way, in our lives, our health, our relationships, our career, and our finances are all deeply intertwined. A positive change in one area can create a ripple effect, uplifting others, and vice versa. Principle 2. All connections are dynamic. These interconnections aren't static, they are in constant motion. They are always moving in one of 2 directions. They either improve and flourish, or they worsen and fade away. Take your relationships with friends or colleagues, for example. They are constantly shifting. Relationships with some friends improve, while others might deteriorate, but they are always in motion. If you don't communicate, relationships automatically get worse. If you engage more frequently and deeply, they improve. This dynamic nature applies to every aspect of life, from your personal skills to your business ventures. And here's a quick tip, a life hack for managing these connections. If you want your relationships with friends, family, or colleagues to improve, there's one incredibly powerful ingredient: attention. The more attention you give to your relationships, the better they become. I like to call attention the elixir of life. I even have a formula for it. Attention equals sign, your time plus your energy multiplied by love. If you invest your time, energy, and genuine care into any relationship, it will blossom. Principle 3. Cause and effect governs all relationships. All interactions in this world are built on cause and effect. Whether it's between people and objects or people and people, there's always a cause leading to an effect. If I push this table, it moves. If I press the gas pedal in my car, it goes faster. If I hit the brakes, it stops. There is always a cause and a consequence. Think about your relationship with a business partner. If you act dishonestly, your relationship will deteriorate. But if you show care and attention, it will improve. So it's crucial to understand this third principle. Relationships aren't just dynamic. They are fundamentally made up of cause and effect chains. Nothing in the world happens just because. And this is fantastic news. Because understanding cause and effect empowers us. It gives us the power to know exactly what to influence, what to do, to get the results we want. We all have goals. We all want specific outcomes. And our job is to find that direct link between our actions, the cause, and the desired result, the effect. So, to achieve any desired result, you need to set certain causes in motion. And there might be many potential causes. Your task is to identify and isolate the single most crucial cause. When you set a goal and list all the actions needed to achieve it, you then need to sit down and deeply consider which of these actions will have the greatest impact on getting you to that result. Here's another quick life hack for you. Generally, for most if not all of your goals, it's enough to concentrate on actions that lead to growth. Because ultimately, all our goals are about growth. What is growth? It's the primary manifestation of life itself. Where there is life, there is growth. Where things degrade, they are dying. The entire world is divided into life and death. A person, an object, a plant, when it starts to degrade and decay, it moves towards death. Similarly, if a person stops developing or growing, they start to stagnate and decline. But if they're developing and growing, they flourish. The same goes for business. If profit grows, the business thrives. If profit falls, it degrades and heads for bankruptcy. So here's a ready-made strategy for you. To identify the key actions for most of your goals, simply look for those actions that directly drive growth. For instance, think about your desires. more profit, more money, more happiness, better relationships, etc. What unites all these goals? The word growth. Growth in profit, growth in business, growth in contacts, and so on. Therefore, to identify the most crucial actions leading to any goal, find the ones that directly influence growth. Let's say you're running a business. You get slammed with a ton of daily tasks. Accounting issues, customer complaints, unexpected problems. Take your list of tasks and ask, which of these directly impacts the growth of my profit? If you find none, you're likely just spinning your wheels. In that case, take your task list and immediately put the top 3 actions that will directly lead to the growth of your profit at the very top. By consistently, every single day, doing at least 3 actions that lead to growth in any area of your life, you will take the shortest path to achieving your goals. This is the bedrock of strategy. Many people immediately think of marketing, sales, HR, building a team, a business plan, accounting, or mastering finance. While these are all important, they are often tactics, plans, or simply busyness. The most important strategic decision you must make from day one is this. Understand that business is a marathon, and during this marathon you are guaranteed to make mistakes and fall many, many times. There isn't a single successful person who built a business or achieved a major goal without facing failures. This applies not just to business, but to any human endeavor. When you embark on something new, mistakes and setbacks are unavoidable. Strategically, the most vital thing from the very beginning is to start something where you will always get back up after falling. What kind of endeavor allows for that? Only one that you truly love. If you want to start a business, first and foremost, you need to identify and find that one thing where, even when you fall, you'll have the energy and motivation to get back up and keep moving forward. This is your number 1 strategic objective when launching a new business. The second strategic point of leverage, you could say, is to find a business that, even if you don't absolutely love it, provides immediate returns. Quick wins. Because when you get immediate feedback or a quick return from your business or any goal, that immediate payoff gives you the strength, energy, and motivation to keep going. So if you're starting a new business or any new venture, focus your attention on 2 things. First, choose something you're willing to commit to despite setbacks, which is usually a passion or something you truly enjoy. Second, pick something that will give you immediate feedback and momentum, which will keep your motivation and energy high, supporting you through the inevitable falls. On the topic of mistakes and falling, it's a huge subject. But here's something critical you must internalize. Falling is never a bad thing, and you will never become a loser or a failure just because you fell. You only become a loser or a failure if you fall and don't get back up. But if you get up after every fall, you have an enormous chance to become a winner. It's also incredibly important to be in the right environment, connect with the right people, and absorb the right information and knowledge. If these insights resonate with you, and you're looking for more actionable tips and real-life stories to help you on your journey, make sure to check out my Telegram channel. I share a lot of powerful life hacks and experiences there. You'll find the link in the description below this video. To really cement your understanding of strategy and why it's so essential, let me leave you with a few more powerful thoughts and insights. Simply put, strategy is wisdom transformed into a plan. When we embark on anything, we face immense uncertainty. We can't foresee every obstacle or every possible scenario. The only thing we can foresee and control is how we will react and act in those situations. That's your line of conduct, and that line of conduct must be built on wisdom. Your life experience, your understanding of how to behave in different situations. That's the wisdom that shapes your strategic line of conduct. Then, based on that, you create your plans. This approach allows your plans to be flexible, to have room for adjustment and change without ever straying from your ultimate goal. Remember, business without strategy is busyness before failure. Any business is a marathon, a long-term journey, so you must internalize that without strategy, it's just chaotic activity leading to nowhere. For those who think they are investing without strategy is like gambling in a casino. If you don't have a clear strategy, an investment declaration that outlines your approach, you're likely just trading or essentially playing roulette. A plan without strategy is just a list of tasks. It's a disconnected list, not unified by a most effective line of conduct. You need to understand that strategy is a model of behavior in conditions of uncertainty. Because true success rarely exists where everything is clear and everyone already understands it. Many people have already trodden that path. Success is always possible where there's something unclear, where there are risks. Strategy isn't just about what to do. It's also about how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, with whom to do it, and why you're doing it. It's far, far deeper than most people imagine. So I'm challenging you right after watching this video to truly reflect. Do you have a strategy for your life? What are your long-term goals? Take some time and break your life down into long-term objectives, maybe 5-year goals, 10-year goals, even 20-year goals. Here's a simple, powerful framework to help you build your personal strategy. For those 5, 10, or 20-year intervals, create 3 lists. 1. Who do I want to be? For example, a compassionate leader, a master craftsman, a wise mentor. 2. What do I want to have? For example, financial freedom, a thriving family, a home filled with joy. 3. What do I want to be doing? For example, running a successful charity, teaching and inspiring others, traveling the world. Once you've set these 3 types of goals, you've essentially created half of your strategy. You know your ultimate destination and what you're striving for. Next, write down a list of what absolutely must be done to achieve those goals. What are the non-negotiable conditions? These will be the key actions or the essential requirements for you to reach those objectives. Finally, reflect deeply on what directly influences the growth of your current state towards your future state. The difference between who you are now, what you have and what you're doing, and who you want to become, what you want to have, and what you want to do. That difference is always about growth. You're never aiming to fall, you're always aiming to grow. So here's your final actionable step. Every single day, include at least 3 tasks in your daily to-do list that directly contribute to your growth. Everything that influences your growth is your strategy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this deep dive into strategy empowers you to achieve incredible things. If you found this video valuable, please hit that like button, subscribe to Listen and Get Rich for more insights, and share this with anyone you think needs to hear it. Leave a comment below and tell me what's one area of your life where you're going to start building a stronger strategy right now. Until next time, stay strategic and go out there and get rich in every sense of the word.